Do you live in Japan? Well, you probably do. Congratulations. Living in Japan is something that me and Adam had as a goal in our lives when we were younger, and we made that happen.
Yeah.
But recently, I think there has been an influx, which meaning there is a lot more people from overseas now living in Japan. Now, why is that? Hey everyone, welcome back to another here we are, welcome to Japan, yokoso episode. We're the hosts. My name's MJ.
My name is Adam.
And here on the MJ and Adam show, we welcome you to immerse yourself in listening to English with no subtitles, unless if you want subtitles, you hit the closed caption button on YouTube and you can see all the English YouTube captions. No subtitles though, because once you have subtitles, everyone, your listening stops and you're focusing on reading. That's with your true. Eyes, and your brain connects to the Japanese side of your listening. So if you want to know what we're saying, that would help. But if you want to get better with English and listening, then you just gotta gaman suru, okay? And well, not just gaman suru, but you do have to just absorb it like a sponge, just suikonde, and then just let it naturally process in your brain little by little.
Yeah, it's no rush.
And if you really want extra help, you can check out the MJ and Adam Show website. You can hang out with me, do online lessons or something. We could talk about how we can help improve your English. But in any case, everyone, today's episode, we're going to talk about why Japan is popular with people from overseas. Now, if you couldn't tell, me and Adam are not Japanese. We're from overseas. I mean,
that's correct.
Well, at least comparing to where we're located. Okay,
right,
I'm living in Japan. Adam was living in Japan for a long time. It's now relocated, moved back to Canada. And we've seen a big change in the amount of people outside of Japan coming to Japan. All right. And we're going to talk about why we think that is. But before we do that, let's just touch upon a few points where we think why Japan is popular.
Okay. I still feel like deep in my heart that anime is like the bridge for a lot of people. It's like the main reason catalyst. Why people, the catalyst. The thing that
is
gets
a fancy word.
The ball rolling, the thing that makes people want to, or makes people have interest in Japan.
The gateway drug, if you will.
Drug, yes.
All right. That starts it all.
Yes.
And then, because for me, totally, that's what started it with me. And I didn't even know it at the time. So everyone, like, for me, growing up in the 90s, I saw anime, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't know it was from Japan. I just saw this thing and I was like, whoa, the topics of this Sailor Moon show are kind of, I don't know, different. Like serious or like it's like they're people, they're not like I don't know, like talking characters. Animals. The things that were happening, you know, there was action. At least what I'm thinking of again, everyone, is my connection with Sailor Moon. Here's these high school girls that seem like normal, and they're trying to like go about their daily lives, becoming friends and stuff, having crushes, and it's like, okay, that's like a drama. When we were growing up in America, cartoons were not like that. It was just like, oh, like Bugs Bunny, and,
Rascally Rabbit,
Mickey Mouse, and Tom and Jerry or something. It's a little older, but it was that kind of kids program where this is something new. So anime was something that I saw was different, had me interested, and then I connected it with, what is this? Oh, learning about anime. Anime is what? From animation from Japan. Okay, this is cool. Let me see if I can find more. And then you get more and more and more. And then you have an option or maybe a chance, or you save enough money, this dream of actually going to Japan because you see that's where it's all from. Let me see if there's something else interesting in Japan. So anime, manga is a huge one that I think many people see overseas that starts their interest to Japan.
And I just want to add as well, like when I feel like when we were learning and getting this interaction with anime, it was such a underground, like kind of secret thing, or like I want to say a grind, means we had to work so hard to get the anime, to get the manga in English. For me, it was a lot of friends had these VHS tapes with Dragon Ball videos recorded on it, and they had somebody made the text to write on top of the, like, it wasn't an original copy of a English version of this thing. It was like a bootleg, if I want to say.
Bootleg, yes.
Yeah, right.
Bootleg,
a lot
which
of
means
times
something that is not from a direct company.
Right.
It's illegal.
It's illegal.
Copying this video, and then maybe somebody else just put subtitles on it and then just handed it out or even sold it.
Yeah. And for manga, it was not the same. It wasn't bootlegs, but they were very expensive. So it's very difficult to get this material. But now, because anime and manga are so popular, I can go to the bookstore right now and get the newest One Piece manga.
You can go to the staff and say, "Where's the manga section?" And they'll say, "That huge wall over there."
Yeah.
And it's very easy to find.
Right.
So it was very different. We were like the Sakamoto Ryomas of our time, right?
Yes.
So even there's probably people even before who are older than us that were like getting into like Akira and right,
sure.
So we had it a little easier, but compared to now where all these things you could download, you can get it so quickly. It was a very different
like, streaming services everywhere. Yeah.
The scale at which it was growing was still a slow grow.
Right.
Compared to now with everything online, going to YouTube, other people knowing about it, the scale is massive. It's going so fast. There's so many people who are getting into anime that there's more and more people now who are like, oh, anime's from Japan. I want to see what Japan is like. So, I mean, dude, I would almost argue that is like the number one thing that brings people to Japan.
Yeah.
Other things, because we've been talking about anime for a while. You see, we're otaku desu. Okay, so there's other things like history or something that is more connected with culture. Okay, example, there's a lot of people who come to Japan who like the architecture or the background of like temples, maybe a little bit connection with like Buddhism, religion, Shinto or something, right? And that is one that I feel is a little stronger when you get to Japan and then you really fall in love with that style. At least that's how it was for me. But there's some people, example, I think in France and Germany, Japanese gardens are crazy popular. To get a garden styled like a Japanese garden is something that's really desired. People want.
And people want to come and see these gardens and get ideas and, take pictures and bring them back and kind of make that kind of garden or whatever it is Japanese style in their home or wherever they live. So it's a big influence around the world, not just for gardens, but also food is another one. People travel food bloggers, foodies, they call them, who come to Japan. They, taste the food, they record the food and put it on the internet, on YouTube, make blogs, make vlogs about them. And other people are watching these things and say, oh, wow, I'd like to try this, bowl of ramen from Hokkaido, or I'd like to try sushi, real sushi, all these different kinds of things that people see and they want to try and experience.
Pretty much everyone that I've ever encountered, I've come across that has traveled to Japan, everyone raves, which they talk so much positive about the food, the gourmet in Japan, the food. Unless it's someone who doesn't like fish, because there's some friends that I have from the US who are just straight like anything fish, they do not like.
Right.
So they still like love like tonkatsu or like yakiniku or something. They still have that option. But it's a little more narrow, their choices.
Their choices
of food that they can enjoy. But everyone else, like you said, food, cuisine, is a reason why people travel to Japan. Because they want to come, they see the sights, and what else? Food. We want to try the food. I want to eat this, I want to eat that. It's fresh. Also, just the history of Japan, compare if we're looking at Canada, America, baby countries compared to a lot of the countries around the world, right? And there's a sense of I don't know, just difference in the historical value, how old Japan is. That makes it interesting. Now you can argue, right? China is a lot older than Japan. Why aren't people interested in China? Well, there are people interested in China, but it's kind of a touchy subject, I feel. In America, there's not such good, I don't know, positive views of China in the US.
True. Yes.
Right. I mean, there's some people talking about war, all this, I don't know, we don't get political. But there is that image. So what else is there, within Asia that people can jump on? And I don't know, like, if this is something that people think about or it's just subconscious, like they're not thinking about. We're like, oh, I want to visit Asia. Where do you want to go? Oh, maybe Japan. Okay.
I think the ease of being able to enter the country has a big role. So because you mentioned China, I'm going to go with China and politics as well. Like maybe it's not as easy to travel to China, even for me as a Canadian citizen with a Canadian passport. It might be a little bit difficult to go to China than Japan. So what do I want to do? Easy or have a little bit of a challenge? Probably easy is the best way for me. Easy. Even though China might be a great place to go visit and it might be easy, but I don't know, just the idea that it might be difficult makes me not want to.
So there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a really valid reason why somebody would choose maybe Japan over another country in Asia, because they like the anime. There's maybe historical value that they see. Samurai, where are you gonna, if you're interested in ninja? Oh Ninja Turtles, please come on. Or samurai or something. Then where's that? Ninja, samurai are from Japan. Okay, so you're gonna go to Japan. And then you look at like you're mentioning travel. Is it easy to travel this country? Is it not? Now, depending on where you're from, for me in the US, we have, it's really easy where we get stamped a visa as a traveler when we get to the country. So it is very, very convenient. So that's a big other point to just add another checkbox to be like, oh, come to Japan. Another one, of course, oh my God, just the pop culture in Japan. How many people talk about, if you are someone who enjoys fashion, the fashion of different countries, there's some strong ones out there, but Japan is very unique, I feel. Up to the point where people talk about specifically like Harajuku. People know about Harajuku street fashion. All right. It has grown so much. And that is another point that people could have a reason why they would visit Japan.
I still think that Japan is a little bit mysterious for a lot of people. Because of the idea of not just everything we talked about, but like technology and how big technology is or was in Japan. The idea is like it's still high tech and it's still very progressive and it's probably futuristic as a lot of my friends
talking
say.
Toilets that flush for you.
The fastest trains, the Shinkansens, the robots, like everything is high tech.
Robot hotel, minds, robot cafe.
And they see this on TV and on the internet, and they want to see it. Like, is it real? Is it true? I have to experience this for myself. The mystery about it, and that mystery is what brings a lot of people here. My friend, he travels to Japan once in a while. He used to live there for work, but recently he'd been back and he told me it was great to live there, but now that he's earning money outside of Japan, going back into Japan with his American dollars is so much fun because he can spend so little and get so much with the value of the currency. So I think that's another huge reason why currently
huge.
The currency
right now
is better coming into Japan from bigger countries like USA or Canada, that you don't have to feel like you're budgeting so hard. Like probably when we first came, when we came to Japan, it was like $1 is 50 yen.
Pretty much anybody in Japan who's thinking about traveling overseas, like when I just went to Europe, I was like, how much is that? Wait a second, let me look at that.
Let me do the calculations. Boop, boop, boop.
What? That beer is like $10? Jeez. Yeah, exactly. So I'm sure you feel it. So it's the opposite way. So right now, a lot more people are coming to Japan, and it's just another one to check off. Like, should I come to Japan? Yes.
Oh yes. Now is a good time. But like, I think because many people waited so long to come to Japan, and now it's a great time to come to Japan. Everybody's coming to Japan, and then they come, and then they see how easy and relaxing the lifestyle is, how safe the country is, how convenient everything is, the konbinis, the transportation. Like, people fall in love with all of these things. And something someone told me just today about going abroad is that you realize how much things make so much sense while you're abroad. And he was in Korea, but in Japan too, like, you realize this makes so much sense. Why doesn't it happen like this in my country? And then you go back and tell all your friends, and your friends come, and then they go back and tell all their friends, and their friends come.
Right.
And it just repeats itself over and over again.
Yeah. And then, I mean, another even thing I'm just thinking of is like, I guess, comparing to our topic that we just had in our past episode about English being a second language, Japan, English is a second language. So I think that's another reason why people would come. And they, even though maybe it's not spoken so well, the amount of signs, written form English that you can find, especially in the touristy parts, are a lot. So like when I went to Europe, everyone could speak English, but there was not much English written. Everything was written in the country's language. So I was like, I have no idea when I'm trying to like get out, do self-serve, register at the supermarket. I couldn't do it. I needed to go where there's a staff so I could speak to them. So interesting point. And dude, there's safety as well, how safe Japan is. Dude, I think the list goes on and on and on. So let us know down in the comments, what is a thing that you think, a reason why so many people are coming to Japan and why people really love Japan? Because it's just growing and growing and growing as of recent, even more. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want more and more. Check out our back episodes, everyone. Hey, and if you want even more of me and Adam talking, like we have an old program that we used to have called Speak Up Radio. If you want access to that, all you have to do is go on your computer, check out our YouTube channel, and there is a join button. If you join and see the subscription for Speak Up Radio Archive, you can watch all of our old videos. There's like 300 videos of me and Adam talking about so many different topics. Oh man, really good time. So if you're interested for more stuff with me and Adam talking about differences in Japan, all this cool fun stuff, check it out right there.
But that's it. We'll see you on the next step.